no catch. This is authentic. This is real. This is just how I am all the time. To my family, my friends, this is just me. Secondly, I would say I'm extremely understanding. I feel like I can understand anybody, no matter where you come from. Even if I don't agree with you, I can see why you think the way that you think, according to what I understand. And then third thing is I'm a lifelong learner. I love that I'm constantly searching for knowledge and areas where I can grow, and what I don't know, I want to know. What I don't understand, I want to grasp. So, top 3.
Okay. So, given you're 30 now, you've experienced so much of what a lot of our viewers may not have. And some things you have experienced, they have too.
Yeah.
What would you say to someone in their 20s?
I would say, sorry, my lip gloss is flying because of the wind. But I would say, have grace on yourself. You're learning a lot. You're becoming someone that you've never been before, or you haven't been. And so understand that you're going to change a lot. You're going to grow a lot. You're going to experience things that are going to bring you to become the person who you're meant to be. So I would say also trust yourself. Trust that intuition, whatever you call it, whether it's trusting God or trusting, the universe or whatever. Trust your intuition. Know that whenever you're excited or you feel scared or there's a certain feeling about something that's uneasy, trust it, lean into it. You know more than you think. Oh, also, at the same time, you don't know as much as you think either. So find the balance in all of that.
What would you say to your 20-year-old self? Would it be something similar?
Yes, I would say that I feel like that statement applies to anybody, no matter what age. It still applies to me today. I'm still finding the balance and everything. But when I was 20, I was just going through a really tough time. I was in a really bad relationship, and I knew it wasn't good. I knew he was bad. I knew all these things, but I still chose to go for it. So with that being said, I've learned to trust myself. I knew at that time it was not good. Yeah.
Is there anything you say to little, like your inner child, like little Wen?
I would say I'm so proud of you. Like, how I just said that you know who you are, you know how you feel. I feel that still rings true to me when I was 4, 5, 6. Like, I feel like I've always had an idea of what I believed was right. That's funny. I always believed I had an idea of what was right and what was wrong. And so I would just say that, little girl, you knew what you were doing. You knew how you felt. What you felt was real. You know it. Trust yourself. Believe in yourself. And yeah, you loving yourself matters more than anybody loving you.
Yeah. What are some things that you learned about yourself
recently? I'm always learning about myself. Yeah, it's a good question. So for one, I really learned that as much as I love being around people and socializing, I need to go back to myself to recharge. So there's still that introverted side of me that I need to be alone, just so that I can show up for people with my best foot forward.
What are some experiences that have changed your life?
So much has changed my life. Oh, the sigh is a good sigh, by the way. I just do that sometimes. But I would say maybe my number one favorite thing is doing shrooms for the first time. That was life-changing, therapeutic. I swear I have not been the same. I just feel so at ease. I feel so much love, and God has really shown himself to me in that way. So yeah, easily probably number one.
Do you have a message for the shrooms?
Like for people who want to do shrooms, or the message for the shrooms? Oh my gosh, like if you know me, you know. This is something that I was hesitant to talk about on Mama House, just because I feel like people are pretty close-minded, to be honest, and aren't really down to understand a perspective outside of theirs. So to the shrooms, I would say thank you. You've been amazing. You've helped me through so much. I would not be alive if it wasn't for the shrooms and for my support group. I've been telling So about my journey with the shrooms for years now, and I just feel like I've grown so much. If there's anything in me that you see has changed, ask me about it, because 9 times out of 10 it's probably something that I've learned from the shrooms, something I've learned from nature. It's just been incredible. I'm so grateful. I would not be who I am without it. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when you first talking to us you were like loving about it, and I can tell it gave me like hope, and
Yeah.
it gave me peace about life, and I've never seen that side of you really before.
Yeah, because I was going through so much. I was in a really tough spot. And I'm not saying that if you're
Hero bomber in the back.
no, that's okay. Hello. Hey. So I would say like I was in a very tough spot when I was, trying it, and I'm not saying that if you're going through a tough spot, do it, but it just so happened that I was in it and I tried it, and people saw that I was different. I was able to make better decisions, and I don't know, I just felt like I breathed and I relaxed for the first time.
That's sad.
Yeah.
And like I said, because it's like, you talked about how growing up you weren't comfortable with your emotions, and I can see how that affected you a lot. And
Yeah.
I feel like it's helped you open up more to people around you.
Yeah. And it's also helped me to be more like accepting and understanding of people and their emotions. Even if I don't understand you, I've never experienced that exact emotion that you're going through. I believe you because I went through things that people wouldn't believe me had I shared it. So,
And what I do love about you also, this isn't guilt. Like, when you have something good, you share. Whether it's your experiences, or a good makeup product, or
thank you.
hand soap, or hand sanitizer, or like lip gloss. Like, she doesn't gatekeep.
what did you call me? Non-gatekeeping ass.
There was a word, because the opposite of gate would be like, well, I don't know.
You said something
I
like
was
that.
something giver, something giver.
Yeah.
Because you don't get keep, like you like to give. When
Yeah.
you see that something's good, you're like, here,
Yeah.
try this too. Yeah, she's not a hater girl.
No,
But
I
she's
want us
like,
all to experience
I'm not telling
it.
you where I got this from.
Yeah.
But like, she's like, yeah, I'll send you the link. I got it from here.
Yeah,
like,
you need to try this.
I got like several different lip glosses because she introduced me to them.
I love lip gloss. Hello.
Yeah, lip glossy. Are there some things about you that you would like to share with our Jamaica House viewers?
Yes, actually, I feel like this is a message to like everyone. I think this applies to everyone, but for me personally, I would say to understand. I think a lot of people don't understand the complexity in who we are. I don't need anyone to understand me or to know me, but one thing I would like people to know about humans in general is we're very multifaceted, complex beings. So like while we're girly and stuff, we also do other things. Like we enjoy hiking. We enjoy things that people won't classify into that category that they've placed us in. So like while we love dressing up and stuff, we love doing other things too. We have someone staring at us right now.
No, why you?
They be doing this here.
Oh,
The shit in here.
That's why.
So my message to people would just be, understand that you're a multifaceted person. You can, for example, you can love the color pink, and that's not the only color that you're confined to wearing. You could wear orange tomorrow if you wanted to, just because like you're one thing, like you're a kind person, doesn't mean that you always have to be kind, even when someone mistreats you. We naturally react and we move. We're very fluid. We move. We're not stuck on one thing. So that's why Bruce Lee says be like water.
That's a very sweet message to give.
Yeah.
And that's like applicable to everyone. I feel like we grow up just kind of taught to believe one thing, and then you experience your own thing. It's like, oh wait, I can think outside of this. Like,
Yeah.
I don't have to live in myself.
Right.
So when you let go of that, you become so open-minded and you learn so much. I really do see that about you, that you're like, even if you don't agree, you just seek to understand.
Yeah.
And I love that about you. I feel like a lot of times people like to force their beliefs onto you, but you are very open.
Thank you. I see that in you too, and I think that's why we have such like an easy time getting along with people. We just believe your experience to be true because you said it. If you said something, why am I going to think that you're lying? Unless you show me in your actions that you're lying. But we believe you when you share something with us.
We believe you and you're safe here. And I know that like with you growing up in a family that we grew up in, it wasn't always safe for us. And I want you to know that like you're safe with me. Even like you being 30 years old, it's like
I'm safe to be 30 over here.
yeah, and it's just like just because you're 30, it doesn't mean that you don't have anything to work on anymore. That you feel safe wherever you go.
Right.
I feel like a lot of times we're still finding other people. We're still finding your people to like grow with, community to feel safe with, to be yourself. And it's kind of hard to find. I'm just so thankful for you. I'm so blessed to have a sister like you.
I'm blessed to have you.
It's nice because I'm like, wow, I couldn't imagine being like the older sister, and like if things were switched, that'd be so different.
I know you, and I feel like you would come through because you're a great sister too. Like you're a great person to have, you know. And I feel like if the roles were switched, you would come through. Like I feel like we rise to the occasion.
That's true. It'd be so different.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's good that you're the older one because then I learned from your experiences, so I don't have to experience them. Like,
She's good too. She do be learning.
like you went through so much, and I remember I felt like I was able to sit back and just witness that, and it pained me that I couldn't take away your pain, but it was like comforting to know I could at least be there, because like,
And you were
I
too.
told you like about running, it makes me think so much about life. It made me think like, wow, we can't run each other's race, but
Right.
we can be there to support each other. So I'm not running your race for you, but I'm here to support you on your journey of life.
And you really do.
Now you're 30.
I love that quote where it's like we're all just walking each other home, and we really are. And I'm so happy we get to walk together, even though we have like different paths. Like I'm glad we have each other. I'm glad you guys are joining us. Feel free to learn from my mistakes too. Like if you can learn from my mistake, that like multiplies the blessings of the hardship that I went through. You know, so that's how I view it.
Is there anything else you want to add about your feelings or experiences?
Oh my gosh, if there's one thing, I remember now. Several months ago, I was doing some sort of volunteer work, and I had ran across one of my 70-year-old friends. She had just turned 70. That's life. Life is so beautiful too. You have friends that are like 70, 50. It's so fun. And she told me that she had just turned 70, and I asked her like, what's one of your biggest lessons that you learned? She told me, she's like, 20 years ago when I turned 50, I learned to stop giving a fuck what people thought about me. And my life began the day I stopped caring. And that had been about like a year or two after I had decided I'm gonna stop giving a fuck. And I told you, the day I stopped caring was the day I started living. So
You did it in our aging episode.
did I?
Yeah.
I really want to echo that like the biggest thing I've ever done for myself is stop caring what people thought about me and caring more about what I think of myself. Like as much as I love So and I love my sister, at the end of the day, what I think about myself, it matters more than what she thinks of me. Because if she thinks I'm beautiful, she loves me, she thinks I'm smart, and I don't think those things about myself, it doesn't matter. So love yourself. Stop caring what people think about you, whether it's good or bad. Do not be destroyed by mean words, and do not be made by good words. How you feel about yourself is the number one most important thing in this entire world. That is my message.
Thank you, Miss Horn Griffin. Okay, so it is your birthday, and I want to end it with sharing some good memories I can remember about you. I feel like I can recall the most of us being in our adulthood. I remember like just crying together for the first time right before you had gotten married, like the days before. So, and we were just talking and just getting deeper. Like, you know, I feel like we were alone and we weren't living in the same city, and we still don't. But like we could call each other and cry whenever we really need to, and those things mean a lot to me. And I feel like that really grew our relationship. And then I think just like traveling together, we have a lot of funny like traveling memories. Yeah, I mean, it's nice to be there with you and to just go in life and to have deep conversations and even to just relax and go swimming together. I share this with Glenn already before, but like even just like going to like Colorado and like being in the natural hot springs and then like looking at the shooting stars and like singing songs together, a cappella style. Like we were just singing and having a good time. And I love that a lot of times that we just don't care what people think.
Yeah.
And I feel like if we wouldn't have gotten the fun experiences that we have. But like this, for example, there are so many people around us, but we're like, you know what?
Who
We're just
cares?
gonna do our thing.
Yeah.
People don't care as much as you think they do, and I feel like you taught me that a lot. Like to just be myself, to be confident, and I feel like when someone looks at you, they can tell you are very confident, and that's beautiful.
Oh, thank you, boo.
And I know it took a lot to get there too. So give yourself credit for like all the intention and like all the hard work that you put into pouring into yourself, because
me to be myself, and I'm a better person because of you. I feel like even in this trip alone, like you've challenged me to go in myself and who I am, and you know, just as a person in general. And I'm very thankful to have you. I am a better person because of you. You are my soulmate. Like, you are my better half. Yeah. And any man who cannot love you more than I love you is not the one for you.
Yeah, and same for you. And like, if a guy that likes her give me the ick, I'm like, that's not it. And
She
it's
be
not like,
knowing.
I'm like, ugh. Like, I can't even hide it. I'm just like,
And the thing is like, I don't wait on her approval, but it's like, most times, I'm like, oh, no. She has a good head on her shoulders.
Yeah.
And if she picks up on something, more than likely, I already did too. And
yeah, right? Just like how you do for me. Like,
Yeah.
you knew about my past partners before I knew.
yeah,
And you were real with that. So, we're not settling for less, and we're going to keep on growing. Before we end, I want you to have last few words to your future self, whether it's 10 years from now or 30 years from now.
yeah. I would say, whether it's tomorrow or in 10 more years, I'm already proud of you. I'm so proud of you. You know how we feel about the concept of time, girl. And so, you know, between me and her, we already know. But I just want to say I love you very much. I already know whether it's tomorrow or way much more further out. I'm ready to have a good time. I know it's gonna get good. It's gonna get better, and I'm really excited to see where life takes us and where we go with it. So hang in there. It's gonna get tough sometimes, but if you and I know anything, we know we're gonna get out of it, and it's gonna be better than we could ever imagine. Touch and agree.
Happy birthday!
Thank you, boo. Yeah.
Wait! Since you like it.
A few months ago, I had met up. Which one? Thank you.
We're gonna keep this in the video.
Okay,
Funny stuff.
that's so funny. They've been doing that all week.